Are you ready, kids? Wearing a pirate hat today. I don't know why. Why not? Sun's out. I'm looking at a river from my room up here in the top of my house. Want to be out in my kayak fishing. Little too chilly for that though, so I figured I'd go with the pirate hat. And why is this behind me? Well, I've been stuck in my house for almost 2 weeks now, and kind of miss going out and listening to live music and seeing bands that I like. So I figured, why not? I put myself right here in front of a concert. Why not? Right? All right. So today I'm going to be answering quite a few people's questions from yesterday. And I see that somebody said I'm 1 minute late. Man, you guys are on time, keeping me on task. I like it. I like it. Thought that was my job and we're in the classroom, but you know what? You can keep me on task too. That's fine. I see somebody here saying, how do you turn in the writing assignment? Well, which one? And then the other thing is on Schoology, there are assignments set up for each one. All you gotta do is click on the assignment, hit the button that says submit, and put your assignment in there. All right. I saw a couple people in here yesterday that I hadn't seen before. Saw Nalani came in yesterday for a little bit. Awesome. Riley Falk was here for a little bit. Michaela was here for a little bit. So you're about to take a nap, Colin? Really? Just as I'm starting? Adam, I checked out your egg drop. Looked pretty awesome. We're gonna get on that. You're the first one to turn it in, so hopefully we'll get some more people doing that. I'm gonna try a couple new things today. As you know, I'm producing and editing this show on the fly. So if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Can you believe it's been a week since the Kahoot debacle that we had a couple last week when we tried to do that? Wasn't such a good thing to see, but that's all right. That's all right. So, a couple questions for today's science lesson. The first one that I'm going to take a look at and answer today. Sorry, I was making an outline, so I'm checking my outline to make sure I get everything. I had a question yesterday in the comments of one of my videos by Suha, and she asked, well, if humans need energy and energy cannot be created or destroyed, where do we get our energy? And then what happens to the energy when we use it? Where does it go? And then Torin, I believe it was Torin who asked me, why do we get tired? Why does our body get tired at the end of the day? And those two questions actually go hand in hand with each other. So let's take a look at what's going on with energy. Now, the first thing you have to know about energy, and I've talked about it a couple times in class, energy is always going to start with one thing. And that one thing is this right here, the sun. All right. Every bit of energy here on the earth starts with the sun, and it has a name. It's called the primary producer. Okay. Now we know that energy doesn't get created in the sun. All right. Because you can't create energy and you can't destroy energy. You can only transfer energy from one thing to another. All right. And transfer it from one form to another. All right. You can't create it. So we know that the sun and any other star is when hydrogen fuses together and makes helium, and that gives off heat and light. And that's a transfer of energy, okay? Now, in order to understand where humans get our energy from, and in order to understand how we work and how we convert energy, you have to go and look at what on the earth actually uses the light and the heat from the sun to transfer energy into a form that we can use. We can't just stand outside and stand in the sun like this. Just be like, oh, the sun feels so good. I can't believe I'm soaking up all this energy. I'm going to have so much energy today. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. So what we have to do is we need to take a look at what's called a food chain. I'm going to put this up on the screen right here. So here's what happens. We have the sun, the primary producer. Okay, it's called the primary producer because primary means numero uno, number one. And if you look at my little diagram here on your screen, the sun shines down, and really the first conversion that we need to happen is energy from plants. So what happens is the sun shines down, the plants have special cells in them that absorb that energy, that's sunlight. It's called photosynthesis. They transfer it from sun energy, light energy, they transfer it into a form of chemical energy. Okay, now chemical energy is inside the cells of the plant. Well, what happens then is we have animals, insects, fish that eat plants. Well, when they eat the plants, they're now digesting that food and they're converting the energy from the plants into energy that they can use, mostly in the form of sugar. Okay, when we break down and digest stuff, it mostly breaks it down into sugar. All right, and then we have things that are going to eat the insects, or they're called primary consumers. The consumer is something that eats something else. Okay, it can be herbivores, it can be omnivores, carnivores. All right, and then as we go through the food chain, is what it's called. Bigger creatures eat smaller creatures, and that energy is transferred from one creature to the next. Okay, and when those creatures die, all right, they'll on the ground, animals in nature, things like mushrooms, worms, anything that's in the soil that eats dead things, they're called decomposers. And what they do then is they take the sugar and the stuff that's inside the dead plant or dead animal, and they convert it into things they need to live. But then when they die, the plants then use their decaying matter as more, we'll so call it fertilizer. All right. And now we, as human beings, we're at what's called the top of the food chain because, nothing really hunts us. Nothing really hunts us. I mean, we can, if we come across something, it might hurt us. But we are called the top of the food chain. And all the stuff that we then eat is going to give us the energy from them. Okay? So we're transferring energy from one living thing to a next. All right? But that doesn't quite answer the question then of, well, where does our energy go? You can't destroy energy. So at the end of the day, when you're tired, you've not destroyed energy. Here's what's happening. When we eat, we transfer what's called chemical energy. And that's the energy that can be released during a chemical reaction. And when you eat food, all these things, these carbohydrates, these fats, these other things, all that food can be meat products, can be plants, all right? We just talked about transferring energy. We digest it. And when we digest it, a couple things happen. We give off heat. That's a form of energy. That's a transfer of energy. So some of the things that we eat, we give off heat as a form of energy. The other types of energy that we use to move our muscles. We use to move our muscles. Everything we do involves that energy from food that we eat. Okay? Now, we can transfer that energy to something else. So let's say you just had a really nice meal, you sat around with your family for a little bit, and then you decide that you're going to go ride your bike. Okay? So when you go out and ride your bike, now you're transferring energy from yourself to your bike. And when you pedal on your bike and you're moving your bike, you've now transferred that chemical energy in your body to what's called kinetic energy in your bike. Kinetic energy just means energy of motion. By using your muscles in your legs to pedal your bike like this, you're transferring energy from chemical energy to kinetic energy. And the faster you pedal, the more energy you're transferring. Okay? And when you're rolling around on your bike and you can hear those noises from your tires hitting the ground, that's energy. That's sound energy. All right? There's all different kinds of energy. And that sound energy is being released into the air, and the air molecules are vibrating because of your sound energy. We're not destroying any energy. We're just transferring from one thing to another. And even when you're exercising, you're hot, and you're all sweaty, not only are you using energy to make your muscles move, but you're releasing energy by sweating, by heat coming off of you. That is energy too. All right? So humans get their energy by eating. We transfer energy from plants or animals or whatever we've eaten to kinetic energy or chemical energy, in our body. And then we transfer that chemical energy in our body to kinetic energy when we start moving. All right? And any kind of sounds we make or heat we give off, that's all forms of energy. It's all forms of energy transfer. All right? Now, my face is frozen in the worst possible position. That's not good. All right. Let me know if my stream is not working. It looks like I'm having some issues here. You forgot the Y, but it's okay. All right. Well, hopefully I can fix that. You're frozen with a concert in the back. Am I moving yet? I don't know what's going on here. We're trying new stuff. Like I said, we're trying new stuff. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We'll know. All right.